Hello, people from the internet. Today, I'm gonna be trying to see what survivors counter which. The next killer is gonna be Guess666. I'm using Tav at this very moment because I think that Tav can counter Guess666, and I will explain why I think these survivors counter Guess666 or any other killer like Slasher in a moment, and I will explain to you why. And if you're more experienced with this character, it's a good opportunity for you. Now, I think that Tav kind of counters Guess666 because honestly, its abilities can be used, I'm pretty sure, against Guess666, even while he's using his Blood Hunt. I honestly think that's the case. Because if it were not to be the case, then I don't think Tav would really be used by anyone, especially against Guess666. And plus, there's a user that's using Tav for every round that Guess666 exists. And I think that's the reason why they're using Tav, because Guess666 or Sixer is a killer. Now, another reason why Tav could be a pretty good counter to Sixer is because really his abilities are pretty good against them. Because Guess666 or Sixer is still just really like not that good of a killer, especially if like a subspace is placed down or tripwire, unless he hits it. But it still does damage him by a lot, especially his vision. And plus, Blood Hunt literally makes him blinder technically because of the dark red color. So it does technically make him blinder even if he hits the subspace, and it makes it even more blinder to see a subspace in general. I'm not very good at Tav though, or stamina managing. I haven't played Forsaken in a while, so I'm not gonna counter this guy. But if you are experienced with Tav, you might be able to be able to defeat this guy. Now the next killer is Cosplayer Cool Kid. Cosplayer Cool Kid, well, just Cool Kid in general, I feel like should be able to be countered with U7 and 7. Since either way, even if you weren't to use U7 and 7, really, you can still counter it with any other survivor. But I feel like U7 and 7 is the best survivor that you can use. Now the killer I'm using is Cool Kid, but I will change my killer, of course. But thing is, I'm not really good at any other killer except for like John. Well, that's really it. So I'm gonna do John as my killer if I ever get chosen, because I am neck and neck with this guy. So, yeah. Unless he gets more mounts at some point. Somehow, I don't know. But I don't think he will. Anyways, so let's see from the next killer. And again, I feel like U7 counters Cool Kid. Let me explain why when the round starts. For now, I'm just gonna like chill here. Honestly, I'm gonna chill over here actually. Let's your name get mucked. I don't mind the timer right now. Anyways, the reason why U7 and 7 kind of counters Cool Kid is because really U7 and 7, even though it is in lore reasoning Cool Kid's dad and main account, but it's really still really good against them. Because first of all, Cool GUI you can use even in LMS with clone, it's really good. So if Cool Kid ever uses like pixel delivery, you use a clone and then use Cool GUI, it's really good. Now I would usually use Pathfind because it's the most like regular other than Cursor. So I would ultimately use Pathfind because it really is like your best option if you don't really know how to use Cursor and you're not really good with Cursor. So yeah. Now, in Last Man Standing, U7 and 7 is very good. You usually wouldn't want an U7 and 7 to be in Last Man Standing. Because if you were to be, then it would be a really bad situation that you go across. So, if you're in Last Man Standing, like you're a cool kid, or like maybe even like a slasher, and you have the U7 and 7 as your last man standing, then you're probably cooked either way, because U7 and 7 is very good in Last Man Standing. Like, probably against Cool Kid and Slasher, he's pretty good. But really any other killer, he's not that good. Because he can't really stun anybody. But he's still very good compared to other survivors against Cool Kid. But I really think the best thing to use, unless you're not good at him, is really like Jester or Shadletsky. Because those are the other good options. But if you're still like kind of not really good at them or pretty new to the game and your first character is U7 and 7 or something, then it could work. You can use U7 and 7, especially against a cool kid. But I would recommend U7 and 7. Even if you're like good at every survivor, U7 and 7 is kind of like pretty good with cool kid, but I feel like Shadletsky and Guest is pretty good, but not the best. So, yeah. You know, one more reasoning on why U7 and 7 could kind of counter Cool Kid is because you don't have to use any of his abilities. His abilities are pretty useless, especially if you're a good runner and like a good stamina manager. You don't really have to use any of the abilities. Or you could use a little trick that I like to call the clone dodge, where you run up to like an entrance type of thing, and you kind of just like clone immediately and just run away. Unless he sees you. Which is a good point. Because I kind of just lost Cool Kid immediately. But yeah, that's a few reasons why I think U7 and 7 could possibly counter Cool Kid while LMS is going on or while the LMS isn't going on. So that's the few reasons why I think U7 and 7 is a good counter for Cool Kid. And also, there's a glitch in my emotes, so I can't do like a Hikari dance or anything. Anyways, so really, I think that U7 and 7 is good for Cool Kid. But if you use any survivor against Cool Kid, really any survivor kind of counters him. Even like Taff, kinda. But really, anybody else is still good, but I think U7 and 7 is like one of the best. Shadletsky and Guest might not be the best, but it is a good option. U7 and 7 is the best option for me since I'm not really good at Guest anymore, nor am I that good at Shadletsky. But, so yeah. I'm gonna use Gold GUI before I despawn. Oh no. Okay, so 2 more people to die. LMS. Well, really all I need to do is just stay away from the good. That's sometimes an option that you have. Stay away from the killer, and you might as well win. It's a pretty high chance, especially against Cool Kid, to just kind of just like stay away from the killer at all costs. Stay away from Cool Kid. Or you might just get cooked, because Cool Kid has walk speed override and corrupt nature. So yeah, I didn't like really encounter Cool Kid that much, but he's still U7 and 7 is still a good counter. Now the next killer is gonna be another Cool Kid, but right now it's a milestone 4. Now against a milestone 4, and if you're not good at U7 and 7 like me, then it's a really bad time. Especially if you're going up against a milestone 4 and you're not good at U7 and 7. You could sometimes counter other Cool Kids, but honestly, if we're going against a milestone 4, I feel like about Noob is our best option. Yes, I have 599 XP on him. Do not blame me. Just, yeah. I have not been playing Forsaken that much. So, please do not roast me in the comments for just not being good at noob. Anyways, the thing is with noob against a milestone 4 cool kid is the fact that it can counter both pizza delivery, LMS, kinda walk speed override sometimes, and it can just generally avoid like any type of killer, especially with Bloxy Cola. So if you find a way to use Bloxy Cola perfectly at the perfect timing, then you have the perfect run. Me, I don't really have the best timings for him, but it is still good to use him. Very. Now I feel like he is good, but also kind of not good at the same time, especially if you're an inexperienced player. Because of course you get noob automatically when you first start the game, but really being able to beat a milestone 4 cool kid with a noob, like with noob, that's not a good thing. So even though I'm pretty good at noob, and I am milestone 2, I'm not very good at it, because I am very rusty. So do not like, oh, well I won anyway. Okay. Well, I didn't really get to have any reasons for him. There really is no reason for him, but it's kind of pretty good either way. Next killer is me, I'm pretty sure. No, actually I don't think so. It's this guy. Alright, so a Slasher Mystic skin. Now, against a Slasher, I would probably do Shedletsky, but a Mystic skin is also Shedletsky. I just wanted to add dramatic. Please do not roast me. Well, I don't even think you guys will even go to the comments in general. I'm not that popular. Anyways, by the way, future me is watching this and I'm popular, like in like 1 or 2 years, or maybe even 3 years. I'm proud of you, bro. You'll always be in my heart, bro. So yeah. I feel like Shedletsky isn't the best against Slasher, but he is a really good option. Yes, 1337, especially if you're good at him, is one of the best options. But it's really the only good option you have. Except for Shedletsky, of course. Because Shedletsky can really counter Slasher by a lot. But also, Guess can also counter Slasher by, again, a lot. I think the reason I think this, let me turn down my graphics, because I shouldn't even have it this low. I think the reason why Shedletsky counters, like, Slasher a little bit is because, like, really you have another option. And also his Slash, it's really good sometimes, especially if you're in a situation like you don't have enough stamina. You could just use your Slash. You miss it, and you die. But if you don't miss it, you can really use that to your advantage. Like, say the killer's like right here, I'm running, I like land my Slash on him, I can just walk away until he's unstunned, which allows me to gain more stamina. Like, say I'm gonna lose some stamina, say I was like at like a few stamina left. If I land my Slash here, I can just walk away until he's unstunned. And the stun lasts about for like 2, 3, 4 seconds, I think. So it's a really good option. Yes, though, you have to parry or block first in order to have your like punch actually work. Or if it doesn't work, of course. So yeah. I'm gonna find this guest. See if I can help him. She's not actively dying. I don't even know where the Slasher is actually. I honestly don't know. Oh! Alright, so really the best thing you can do is just kind of like bait and then slash. I honestly use my slash whenever I'm like at like about half stamina. So I can still like save my stamina, but still like kind of stamina manage. So yeah. Did this guy not kill anybody?
Invisible loop time.
Yeah! Let's go! Yo, I have my blade out, bro. Like, that's just so funny. Anyways. Next killer is me. I don't think really anyone should counter John Doe. Except for maybe like Jane, Jess, or like Veronica. Those are the only people that can really counter John. If you're up against Nosferatu, which I have no idea who gets countered by him, you're probably cooked. But really, I would think that maybe like, I don't know, Yes or Jane or something kind of. I don't know, man. You're asking the wrong person, so yeah. Somebody had $65,000. Oh, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be me next. But really against Sixer, you can actually use like voice writing. You can actually use a lot of people against Sixer. It's like Angelutsky is one of them, one of the options. So I don't know why I chose what's his name? I already forgot his name. For Sixer. Like a lot. And also I'm pretty sure in this video was me stupid. But really Shadlesky is another good player or character, I guess, to use against Sixer. Why is my fan like this, bro? My fan needs to lose some weight. Anyways. So yeah. Is my fan like alright. I'm just gonna go, guys. I'm bored. Goodbye, I guess. I probably won't post this video on YouTube. And if you're seeing this video, you're a lucky person. I'm not famous. So, if you're watching this video, I thank you very much. So, goodbye, person. Person need to try to get a slash on this guy. Oh. God.